Welcome to this week live. In this video, we are going to talk about credibility feature of your website, the testimonial you already got. Have you been to a website that have a page full of testimonial? Nice thing people have said about the website owner. And yet that website is yet to turn visitors into paying clients. Is that your website? Do you have a website and you got testimonial in some pages of your website and yet you are yet to turn visitors into paying clients? Shall we have a conversation about that today? About your website testimonial, the testimonial you got on your website, and how to effectively use it, not just to impress website visitors, but to help them see themselves in that experience and take action to become your paying client. How to use testimonial effectively on your website to turn visitors into paying client is the conversation for today's topic. So let me know, do you have a website? Does your website have testimonial? Let's get the conversation started in the comment section right now. Okay. If this is your first time coming across my video, welcome to this space. And through a space like this, I help you to create a website and also show you how to turn your website visitors into paying clients so that you don't just own a website, but the one that converts. So, what's your website struggle? Get the conversation started in the comment. And let's talk about this credibility feature, something that I'm really, really excited about to share with you. We are going to talk about testimonial, but before we do, what exactly will we be focusing on? We're not going to talk about how you can get testimonial. We're going to talk about why your website should have testimonial. And most importantly, how you can use it to build trust and increase sales. That is going to be the focus point of this conversation today. Now let's talk about users' behavior for a minute. How do people actually use website? How do people get to see your website, know about your website, and take action? So that we'll be able to know where does testimonial play a role in helping you turn visitor into paying client. Now, when you own a website, you now have a responsibility to make that website visible. And how you do that, you could do that through the amazing work that search engine optimization does, SEO, and people could find your website on Google. They like what they see, they click the link, they visit your website. And that thing is called traffic. Okay. Or you could be doing amazing work with visibility on social media. You're creating content, you're posting things, you're sharing your links, and someone find your link somewhere and click that link to visit your website. Or you may be amazing at networking, meeting people face to face through referral, or also giving people, sending people your links. Whatever that visibility activity look like for you, that is an activity that generates traffic. Okay, this traffic now needs to move to your website. They need to click the link and actually visit the website. So when they do, what happens? They're going to build up interest. They need to be interested in what you are saying on your website. And the best way to hold that attention and make people to be interested on your website is to use the above the fold section of the page. You know that page that you land on your website, that section that you land on your website or any website before the scroll, that is attention grabber. Okay. If you're struggling with what should go on there in order to hold interest, I did a separate video on how to use that particular section of your website before the scroll to gather interest, engage the audience before they scroll the page. I'm going to put the link to that video in the description of this video or in the comments. So check that video out and see how do you hold interest when you already drive traffic to your website. Now, the next point where people have seen what you do, they like what you're doing, they want to stay a bit longer. Now, two things happen. It's either they already gain your trust or they are doubting you. They see it, they feel it, but like, I'm not sure this could apply to my situation, because people like to feel that their situation is so unique that they begin to doubt what they see. Okay. Now, this is where testimonial comes in. Testimonial comes in to help people build that trust in what you do. And that will save them from clicking the back button and leaving the website. But if you do the work of visibility, drive traffic to the website, they see what you do there, kind of have interest, and then they doubt if that will work for them. They click the back button and they leave. That is typical users experience that we have seen on how people use website. Now, where would your website testimonial play a role? And what is a common mistake you could be making along the line? You could have a fantastic testimonial, but placed in the wrong place on your website. Could be placed on the wrong page or the wrong section or no context to it, And that will leave you with zero impact. So you're going to have a decorative page full of testimonial, but no conversion. That is a common mistake I have seen when I audit website. It's website that have testimonial, but placed in the wrong place. Now, what does testimonial supposed to do? Now you collected this beautiful thing that people have said about you, your work, and the transformation people are experiencing. What does your website testimonial meant to do? It's meant to reduce doubt. So people are visiting your website, they want to take action. You want them to do that by just not overthinking the process. So testimonial placed in the right place in a strategic way help reduce that doubt that people may have about the experience they're going to get from working with you. Now, what could make website testimonial to fail? If your testimonial is too generic, no context, doesn't explain the transformation people have, it's not relevant to the offer, and it's not clear enough to make people see themselves through that experience. That testimonial is decorative, it's not helping you convert. So I want you to start treating your testimonial not just as something that needs to be on your website, not something that fills up space in a website, not something that everyone should have on a website, but I want you to start seeing your website testimonial as a conversion tool. So you're going to ask yourself, which of the testimonial is going to do the job, and why do they earn a place on your website? All right. Now, a weak testimonial that I have seen on the website is something like great services, highly recommended. Have you been to a website that have load of this? This person is good. I will highly recommend the person. No context, no transformation experience, no before and after experience, no real reason to stay and like the service higher than great service. And what services is that? That's great. Now, how do you grade a strong testimonial? What does a strong testimonial look like? What should it include? It should include a situation that the person was in, the problem that you help the person to solve, and the experience. What was that transformation for them, and what was the result? So I want you to kind of look into the testimonial you already got on your website and see, does it cover this point? If it's not, that is something to improve on your website, because it's good to have testimonial that is full of praises, but what people like to see, people trust similarity. They want to see themselves in what other people have experienced, and then they would desire it. Now, where should you place your testimonial on your website? We discussed about both the full section of the website before the scroll. So if you have the headline, the taglines, and then the call to action, if you have a specific testimonial that is short, brief, and to the point, that can help people to take action before they scroll the page, you could have a bit short, brief testimonial to the above full section of your page. Another section of the page that is important is when they actually make the effort to scroll. And then they go to the middle page section of the page. That's begin to believe you, doubt you. That is where you need a testimonial to kind of say, okay, you are here. This is what we have helped our client to achieve. And then close the call to action. I think that is the most missed part of how to use testimonial on a website that I've seen, is that where you have your offer and where you also have the call to action, there is no evidence that other people have experienced the transformation. And that is one thing that can improve how people experience your sale page, is to actually add testimonial close to the call to action button. That could transform people's experience using your website. So timing is important. The layout of your website is important. The placement is important. But if you wait until you get to the footer of the page before you place your testimonial you want to show on your website, you might be losing attention, because people have already made the effort to have to go that far to see the testimonial. Could you optimize that page so that testimonial come a bit earlier in the process of the scroll, so that when people land on the page, they see what you want them to see, they can identify themselves with it, and they see testimonial evidence of someone who have experienced it. So don't wait until people scroll to the bottom page of your website before they could see testimonial there. So if your website has testimonial at the footer or toward the end of the page, you could also see which of those testimonials could you take a little bit off the page, so that people that stop in the middle get the result they want. Now, what type of testimonial have high conversion rates? Is the one that answers the doubts question. So what is the objection that people have about working with you? Is there any testimonial that answer that question? That is a good one to use on your website. And that is the testimonial I've seen that have converted the most. The second one is the transformation one. People have already worked with you and they get the experience. That is another high converting testimonial that should go on your website. And then before and after experience, that is another good testimonial to add to your website. And the one that actually help people have a different thinking after working with you. They experience a different thing, the mindset change, their attitude to whatever they were looking for actually change, plus the results. That is another high converting testimonial that should be on your website. Now, a strong testimonial that should go on your website should have a structure. And the structure should be before the problem, results, and what after the experience your service. So you do use this structure to help you review your testimonial, because you could have a lot of testimonial and you're kind of struggling which one should go on your website. Think about the testimonial you already got. Does it talk about people experience before working with you, what problem they had and how you solve it for them, and what was the result? That structure will help you review the current testimonial you already got on your website. Now, this is a quick checklist for you to use and audit your testimonial that you got. Does it show the experience that people got? Is it speaking to your ideal client? Is it placed in the right place? And also, does it answer people's doubting question? The secret question that people don't like to ask you, do you have any testimonial that cover that bit? If it does, place it in the right place and also use it within the call to action, where you place your call to action button on your service page, and also where where people could be experiencing the frequently asked question. If you have used that, I did a separate video on that, and I'm going to also put the link there. So how to use frequently asked question and answer section on your website. So check that out. That will help you know how to where those called testimonial comes in after all that feeling that people have when they come to your website. Now, how do you use testimonial on your website in a way that help you turn visa into paying client? Choose the best testimonial. Don't just put praises. Look at it. Does it have the problem, the situation, the transformation that happened before and after, and what happened? What was the result? So great testimonial need to be placed in the right place, and that is what will boost engagement on your website. The more people stay on your website, the more they see, read the text, and do whatever you want them to do. And the more they click the most important button on the website, the call to action button, that's where you want people to click. And that means testimonial need to play a role in motivating them to do just that. Okay, so what have we been talking about? We have been talking about the important features of website credibility and trust, and that is testimonial. How you use it is as important as the testimonial itself. Okay, so use testimonial that already answer people's frequently asked questions and reduce the doubt they have. Don't use testimonial that is too generic or vague. Place it in the right place. Let your testimonial have a structure and start seeing your testimonial as a conversion tools that you can use strategically to help your website visitor not just to feel impressed or like what you do, but also motivate them to take action. Okay, so where does all this come in? If you would like me to review your website and tell you what's working, what's not working, and most important, you give you a strategic recommendation that's going to help you not only to get traffic, but turn visitors into paying clients, then we need to have a conversation. And all you need to do, visit my website, iyenudom.com, and book a website clarity call, because your website that is getting traffic deserves to convert. And if your testimonial is not doing the job, we need to fix that. Okay. And one way you could get that solved is to visit my website and book a call. If you like any of this content, if you like what you have listened to in this video, I want you to do me one big favor. That doesn't cost you anything. Click the subscribe button, like this video, and share this video. That is one way you could help other people that are looking for website that converts to see this content. And also reach out to message me and let me know how I can help you to create a website that converts for you, because you deserve one. Okay, whatever you're doing, give the dream of your website alive, and I will see you in my next video. Have a blessed day. Bye.